It's Mom and Pop Video Shop.
Welcome.
Oh wait, we really are going, huh?
Yeah, we're going hard, man.
Oh, sorry.
Right. Welcome to Mom and Pop Video Shop. So, I'm Joel, just in case you're new here.
I'm Tyson, and apparently I need to get with the program.
Yes,
here.
Tyson needs more coffee.
Exactly. Yes. I didn't know we were hitting the ground running.
We are hitting the ground running.
I'm ready now.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right. So we are here, and if you are watching this, it's because you actually were marginally interested about the movie that we were covering today. But if you are new to the shop, welcome. Welcome for the first time. Welcome back. If you're one of our wonderful subscribers, that number's been going up, which is really cool to see. So we appreciate all of you.
No shirts, no shoes, no service.
Which applies to us, actually. It doesn't really apply to you guys.
I don't care.
So, we are...
Nudists are welcome here at Mom and Pop Video Shop.
We don't judge. So, we are doing the Spooky Flix Fest here at Mom and Pop Video Shop this October. I have done a show called Retro Movie Geek, and before that was Forgotten Flix. For years, starting back in 2011, we every October would just do nothing but horror all month long, and we've released a ridiculous number of episodes. We're, for us, still releasing overall a ridiculous number of episodes, but a couple of those are going to be our usual Monday. Well, they're not really reviews as much as they're just recommendations.
Right.
Like, you come in the shop, you want something to watch, especially in the spooky season. So here is where we step in and say, we got some options for you. And this year, the overall theme for Spooky Flix Fest has been 1980s horror, and specifically maybe less known and or not as mainstream, because I wouldn't say some of it's not forgotten. I think
obscure.
They're more some of them more so than others. Yeah, one of the ones I'm going to do for our recommendations, I would argue I don't think it's that obscure, but compared to other movies in its subgenre, I think it is.
Okay.
So, but my first one out the gate, which is what this video is all about, is from 1982, 83, depending on what source you're looking up. One Dark Night. Are you familiar?
Don't know a thing about it.
Okay. I have wanted to watch One Dark Night for a very long time because it is directed by the one and only director of Jason Lives, Tom McLoughlin. Or Laughlin. I think it's Laughlin, right? That's how you pronounce it.
Tom Laughlin.
Tom McLoughlin, right?
Is it McLaughlin?
Is it Laughlin? Okay, hold on. McLoughlin.
Yeah.
Somebody's guessing McLoughlin. I don't know how dedicated he is to the accent. But this movie, on the back of the box, I will read to the Blu-ray.
Sorry, Joe. This is 1982.
Yes, it came. I think it was actually released in like January of '83.
Okay.
And I think they actually shot it earlier than that. I know it was being shot around the same time as Poltergeist because there are some parallels in a way, just coincidentally. But yeah, it came out I think officially in January of '83 in the United States.
Gotcha.
So, One Dark Night. World-renowned psychic Raymar is found dead after announcing that he had uncovered the secret of how to become even more powerful in death by the use of telekinetic powers. At the same time, two high school girls plan an initiation night for their friend Julie, Meg Tilly.
Hot.
Yes, in one of her earlier roles, actually. Who is determined to shed her goody image. Her test is to spend the night locked in the crypt. Technically, it's a mausoleum. The same one that Raymar has been buried in that very day.
Da, da, da! Fortuitous.
Yes, the crypt soon becomes a battlefield of horror involving... I can't read that. Does it?
Do you need your cheetahs?
No, I don't, dude. Tell me, what is that word? Is that saying unmated?
Unmated.
Okay, I'm going to read it as it is, because then you'll see why I was curious. The crypt soon becomes a battlefield of horror involving unmated special effects.
What is that?
I have no idea what an unmated. I guess it's a virgin special effect. With vaults cracking and exploding open, coffins sliding out and splintering open to release decayed corpses at Raymar's bidding. The climactic surprise ending, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but I will say this is a very low budget movie. Mm-hmm. This was a movie very much like it feels like a very early 80s movie. The editing is a little bit all over the place and disjointed. I'm going to say that's probably because, based on one of the things I was reading about it, I think Tom McLoughlin and some of the other, maybe one of the producers, they lost some level of control of the final cut. And so,
of course.
Interesting note, it's a PG horror film.
Oh,
Yeah. Now
kind of like Poltergeist.
Kind of like Poltergeist. Again, I think, and he even said, I was watching, there's a bunch of extras, by the way. So if you want to pick this up, it's the MVD release. It's got, I think, at least a couple commentaries. Yeah, two commentaries and a bunch of interviews. And the one with Tom McLoughlin, he was talking about the fact that the movie, they thought they were going to get an R because of the level of I'll call it gore, especially towards the end, involving corpses. It's a little gruesome, but it's honestly no worse than Poltergeist or Raiders, like with the bodies coming out at Marion and the Well of the Souls and all that. It's not even to that. I mean, it's about that level. So, but there's no language. I think they might say shit once. I mean, there's no language in it. Definitely, there's a girl changing her shirt, but it's from behind. You know, kind of like one of the like Marion. Actually, now that I think about it, there's a lot of parallels to movies of this era where it's like the naked back. Turns out it worked in their favor because I guess they got the funding because it was I don't know if it was a group of Mormons or a group that happened to be run by Mormons who apparently needed a tax write-off and gave them $800,000.
Holy shit!
Shut your mouth.
Don't you miss the days where there was a more incentive for tax write-offs for independent film?
We got to start knocking
they
on
need to
church
pass,
doors.
Well, no, they need to pass laws
stuff.
so that there's the incentives for rich people to need to dump their money. That's why we have so many of these awesome movies from this era, because so many of these like organizations just had to get rid of money off the books.
Our budget problems are solved. We're just going to knock on it. Like, hi, we're Joel and Tyson. We're looking to film a Serbian film too. Yeah. Would you be interested in?
Yeah, I don't think so.
But his point was, obviously, due to the religiosity of the individuals involved behind the scenes, it worked in their favor that there wasn't already a lot of stuff in it. So it ended up being a PG-rated horror film. Now, here's the thing. It's an hour and a half long. It has Meg Tilly early on, E.G. Daily.
So,
do you know E.G. Daily?
I do know E.G. Daily.
Yeah.
Also hot.
Yeah.
82 Meg Tilly, is that, what year was Psycho 2?
Actually, 83. So
okay,
it's right in that same way. She did The Big Chill.
I was going to say Big Chill was
right in there too. I think that may have even been 83. So it's like this is like the very early part of her career. Side note, apparently she was super freaked out making this movie. Like, because she had to be in the mausoleum. Like, a bulk of it has also, by the way, very Phantasm vibes. Because at first I thought maybe they shot in the same place.
And did the special features tell you what it was shot in a legit mausoleum?
Yes, a mix. I think they used a mix of a real one, and they did some sets and some things like that. Yeah. So here's the thing: the first hour is pretty freaking boring. It takes a while to get going. It's very like girls that are obviously in their like mid to late 20s playing teenagers basically who are they're trying to get Meg Tilly's character to pledge their, I'm guessing maybe it's supposed to be young college age because they call them sisters, so I'm assuming it's a story, but there's only the three girls that they're and the one girl's super mean to Meg Tilly because she's dating the guy that she used to be her boy. Yeah, the typical
sorority.
Yeah, shit. Nonsense. Yeah.
Like, OMG, I'm messing with you.
Basically, the first hour is fairly dull. There's this whole subplot involving the Raymar character, and I don't think it's to say give anything away where they get into this idea of like psychic vampires, which actually is pretty cool because other than, was it Carrying Comfort? Was the Dan Simmons book, I think, that dealt with psychic vampirism.
Stephen King's big on that right now. Several of his books have been
current ones?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like Dr. Sleep specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And also, I'm trying to think of, obviously, What We Do in the Shadows, the TV series.
Yeah.
I think maybe the movie, too, had a psychic vampire. But I definitely know the TV series has a character if you watch that show. And there was something else I was thinking. But I feel like this is, because it's early 80s, it's kind of cool because I don't think there was a lot of psychic vampirism in early 80s or TV or movies. And it's kind of a cool angle that they take. But the guy's daughter, he's like a strange daughter, is trying to do research. Her husband's played by Adam West. Yep, that Adam West.
Robin, old chum.
The first hour is kind of boring, and then the last 20-ish minutes, it gets bonkers. And I'm not going to lie, and I don't know if it's because it's so low budget and the way it's shot. There's a couple of shots, especially, that are downright creepy. Like, legitimately, like, oh. And it's the way, and they kind of give a hint that there's bodies and corpses involved, but it's not what you think. You think it's going to be full like zombies coming at him. It's not like that. You remember in Raiders, I'll use Raiders again, when Marion's the Well of the Souls and she's looking for Indy, he's brought the post down to break through the wall, and all those bodies come out, and it looks like they're attacking her, but it's more or less like they're just kind of falling.
Yeah.
It's like that, but imagine they're doing more than that. You know what I mean? Like, imagine there's more to it. It's creepy, dude. Like, you're in a mausoleum trapped, and there's a dark hallway, and you see something like a corpse in white, like a bride or something, floating out of the shadow into the skylight and just come. No, bro, no.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell.
So, One Dark Night, I'd say this is my first. Initially, I was gonna say 3 tapes, and then I was gonna do like a cheat and say 3.5.
The way you talked about it, this doesn't seem like a 3 tape.
It was weird. Like, as I've told you about it, the more I've thought, because what is the first hour? It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, and then the first hour is pretty slow moving. It's pretty slow, but that last 23, I always just want to watch that last 30 minutes. Like, that's just like start it like right, because it's just the way it's done, and it's so almost like dream logic, creepy, weird. I love the last 30 minutes of this. Honestly, make it a 4 taper for me. Like, this is what I would have kept out definitely through the whole weekend and possibly a couple extra days, just to watch it and EG daily. So I'd ask Tyson, but he doesn't even know whether to get the title.
I'm excited enough that look, if I came into the shop on a Friday night,
and I said
you talk about it,
yes,
I would take this.
And I did give you the warning. The first hour, pretty boring, but there's some cool, creepy things that happen. It's just there's a lot of effort put into this.
I
whole
don't mind
subplot.
I don't mind a slow burn.
Yeah, and it's a mix of like a slow burn and also, but it's like a slow burn that's a little, again, the editing.
But runtime on this is reasonable.
90 minutes even, and like the last 30 is worth the price of admission, in my opinion. So, One Dark Night. If you've seen it, if you've heard of it, let us know. Don't spoil anything. I mean, it's really not a super spoily kind of movie. It's fairly by the numbers in a lot of ways. But let us know. Are you a fan of Meg Tilly or E.G. Daily? If you've seen it, if you're a fan of Tommy McLoughlin, or anything like that, or even PG horror. Because sometimes PG horror.
That's a good point. I'd love to see. Yeah, let us know what you guys have got for PG.
Yeah, because PG horror is, I think, one of those areas where sometimes there's not, or PG to PG-13. Because it's like nowadays PG-13 equals they're holding back and they're not really going there. But there's certainly like Lady in White comes to mind. Was it Burnt Offerings? That was PG.
Yeah.
Watcher in the Woods, that Disney movie, dude. Other than the very ending, that movie's always creeped me out, especially as a kid. Like, a lot of these are like great gateway horror kind of movies. So yeah, One Dark Night. Let us know what you think. And until you visit us here again in the shop, remember at Mom and Pops, our love of
Meg Tilly. Psycho 2 would be low hanging fruit, so let's do Body Snatchers.
Ooh, the 93.
Yeah, Meg Tilly.
Where are you gonna run? Where are you gonna hide? Nowhere, because there's nobody like you left.
Mom and Pop's Video Show.